And we're back. Max effort squatting today. And with last week in wraps being big, with switching frequency, so I'm pulling on Wednesdays heavy, I figure the wise choice today will be to take a bit of a underloading movement, kind of like I talked about last night. And if we're going to take a underloading movement in conjugate on max effort day, if we're picking something that's hard, it's going to force us to go lighter, we want it to be hard for the right reasons. And like the right reasons are going to be, it's hard because it's challenging the things that you really need to work on. So today I'm going to be running a high bar squat. And for me, high bar is the most difficult because with the bar being higher, torso lever length gets longer and it gets harder to manage my brace. And that is what I need a ton of work on right now. So I'm hoping that it challenges me in the right ways. Because if you guys remember, the last time I vlogged a high bar squat, I don't know how many weeks ago that was, middle of the session, I had to like lay on the floor and cry because my back started spasming. So we're hoping to avoid that this time, hoping that it goes a little bit more successfully. And we got a very special guest. Notice the background. And look at that, if it'll focus. Holy shit, it is YouTube celebrity Bryce Kowalczyk. And stoked to have him in here today. He's got his own place now, so he doesn't get to TSC that often anymore, but it's always very, very, very fun for me to train with Bryce. And thinking about the relationship that Bryce and I have, it's almost funny looking back on it because like 10 years ago, I was like the annoying little kid brother that would like run around and follow him everywhere. And I would like skip university classes to go and watch Bryce coach people in person. And like, at the time I was just like having fun and like thought it was cool to hang out with him. And I didn't realize how much I was learning from the example that he was setting, both as a coach, as a lifter, and in life as well. And the funniest part about that is like, even 10 years later, I'm still, you know, chasing him around, trying to copy the cool guy on YouTube, making videos. So it's neat to still have someone that is such a positive influence that I can hang out with and learn from and grow from. So
you are the cool guy now, sir.
Am I the cool guy?
You are the cool guy now.
I don't know about that. I don't have enough tattoos. Anyways, Joel and Leanna are already squatting, so I gotta hurry my ass up so I don't get left behind. High bar is so weird.
I think you can go higher.
You think I can? I don't know if I want to. She's actually feeling pretty good so far, and 3 reds is the set that took me out last time, so let's not do that again.
Yep, cool.
2.
A little lower.
And my spine did not shoot across the room. Win of the day. Wish I had a zoom lens on because look at how cute Bryce is over there. Maybe it'll be fancy and zoom in and post. Tried to do a pan to Bryce to make fun of him, but then everyone fucking walked in the way.
Ruined everything.
Joel's giving me shit because I don't know what to say to the camera, so there's Joel.
Squat. Oh. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Shit Talker getting ready to squat. Joel doesn't actually talk shit. I kind of talk shit about him talking shit to make him seem more interesting. He's actually quite boring and nice.
Yes.
Squat! Pull in, pull in, pull in, down, 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 down. Yeah! I'm in trouble today.
I move quick.
And we got Mr. BBC himself, Darrell, over there being too cool to squat the monolith with us. He's running the same meet that all of us are, so make sure to spam the comments that Darrell needs monolith practice. Look how pretty that is for a deadlifter. Like that's getting good. Still would be better if he was in the mono though. Anyways, this is gonna be the old FAFO set of the day. 280 kilos.
Head, lock it. Execution. Hold.
And just so YouTube doesn't think I'm getting my ass kicked too hard by 198, Joel's cheating because he's going low bar today. Looks light. Squat. Pull, 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 pull. Yes. There you go, dude. Last high bar day ended on 300 kilos. So 305 on the bar, gonna get into the belt a little bit harder, set brace a little bit harder, and do my best to make sure I don't get my ass kicked by 198 today.
Lock it in. Head. Squat. Pull.
Weigh in.
Woo! That felt better. And I know I keep saying this, but I'm going to keep saying it because it is important. And half of the point of running variations on your max effort day is because it forces you to adapt and figure out the variation and figure out how to perform despite things being a little bit weird. And like right now with the high bar, like I mentioned, like I'm having trouble locking in the brace as well as I need to, but I know that if I do a better job of that, I can make this move good, and then we'll see how the day goes. So let's make her move good.
What you came here to do?
Head. Wedge.
Yes.
Squat. Assertive. Pull. Pull.
Easy.
Fuck yeah.
Ah! Woo! So I normally squat without socks on because like it lets me grip into the shoe a little bit better. But this whole winter I've just been running socks because Canada is cold, and I kind of like realizing like a little bit of what like might feel like it's missing is my ability to like really torque into the shoe as much and not have my foot sliding around. So socks off, chalk in, and let's get a little tighter. I don't know what to say, but 335 on the bar. Time to have some fun.
Oh, Seth, let's go, buddy.
Bye.
Here.
Let's go.
Assertive. Get up.
Ha!
Weigh in.
Woo! Yeah! So much for underloading today. That was a little 3-pound high bar PR. Definitely wasn't expecting that based on how the last time I ran high bars feel, but it's like reflective that the torso work and the shit I'm figuring out with the bracing definitely is working. And it's like, if I can stay in the pocket and hit a PR, I'm gonna take that all day long, even if the intent of the day wasn't to go absolutely insane. I don't feel like that was going absolutely insane, and like I don't feel like that squat took too much energy out of me. And with the layout changes to the week schedule, figure I'm gonna run fronties as my squatty accessory. I'll probably run a stiff leg after that, or maybe I won't, might just go to the Rubish Rays. I'll see how I feel after the fronties. I can't pull a hook for front squat. Like, I can't. I feel like that'd be like the lamest thing ever to mono a front squat, especially like when I'm as bad as I am. My goal with front squats isn't to move as much weight as possible with them. It is to push into what needs as much work as much as possible. And for me with these, like I'm trying to load into my quads, load into my adductors as freaking hard as I can, and really, really, really challenge the shit out of them while holding the squat pattern, because that is exactly what I need to get back to my comp squat from the front squat. Whew. That is so much fucking tension in my VMOs. Executive decision, with the squats being a lot heavier than I anticipated they'd be today. Not gonna run the stiff legs, just gonna go straight into the Rubish raises, keep the total fatigue levels a little bit lower, but still get stimulus exactly where I need, right up my butt. Well, not up my butt, but you know, butt cheeks. That's what I need. trying to shove my hips through the pad. Like reverse hip thrust almost. Woo. So early in my career, I was reading a ton of old Louis articles, a ton of old Dave articles, and just like a ton of articles that were like hamstrings, 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 which in a way was a good thing because now my hamstrings are definitely not a weak point, but being the stupid kid and just reading hamstrings, 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 I definitely did not do enough glute work, and that is something I'm kind of having to play catch up on at this stage as a lifter. Big squeeze. And like the idea here is thinking I wanted to run a deficit Bulgarian so I could get a little deeper into the Bulgarian, but reality is don't need the deficit because I'm not flexible enough. But now I can just kind of work towards getting there, and eventually maybe I'll be able to drop in below the box. Either way, this range is hard as shit. I'm actually getting decent work in, just body weight. Wow. And like, again, because the squats were heavy, I'm really just trying to manage loading through accessories so I don't die next week. Still working hard, but not necessarily working heavy. Okay, let's see if this makes me look less stupid. Look at that.
Does not look stupid at all.
Really?
No.
Oh, it looks stupid?
I'll let you figure that one out.
Oh. And we're rowing, trying to really straight arm pull down against the lever. Get her nice and low in the lat. And making sure I get some flexion extension through the T-spine. All right, 6 plates. Not gonna talk this set so I don't accidentally fall asleep. And as promised, more rear delt flies. Gonna run them bilateral and do the Meadow style drop set couple rounds. We'll probably trim the crap out of it just so you don't have to hear me grunting while flailing my arms for 5 minutes straight. At this point, it's so funny because like it feels so light at the hands, but it is so disgustingly hard. That's what she said. Okay, growing some balls on the GHR sit-ups. 80-pound kettlebell. Try not to die. Oh yeah. Woo. These are definitely the most terrifying ab variation of load just because there's like no bottom end, and if you, I don't know, Can't come up. You're stuck there. Yeah, abs coming back. Gonna keep pushing them because they are doing wonderful things for my squad. So the reason that we are in here training on a Saturday, not a Sunday, is that my grandfather's funeral is tomorrow, and I'm very grateful that the crew was willing to shift their schedule so that we could all still train together. But his death, the funeral, it's kind of made me think about not the meaning of life, but not sure how to say this, what different individuals in my lives have meant to me. And I think kind of what it comes down to is the influence they've had, the impact they've had, what they've taught me, and what they have helped me with. And like when I think about my grandfather and kind of everything that he gave to me in that regard, he farmed his entire life right up until the end. And I think the two huge things that are in a way are contradictory is, number one, work ethic, because he was an absolute workaholic. Like, he worked his balls off his entire life to build everything that he built and to provide for his family in a very, very positive way. And the second thing I'm going to say is contradictory to that, because when you think of, workaholic, you think of the CEO or whatever that just works and does nothing for their family. But the second thing is that he both worked harder and longer than anyone I've ever seen. He also made sure that he was doing that in a way that he still had time for his family whenever they needed him. And I think that's a very unique thing and very cool for me to see kind of as I venture into pushing myself harder career-wise, and remembering that I don't need to sacrifice family. I don't need to sacrifice those who are important to me to still work hard and to still accomplish things in my life. And thinking about that kind of like brought me back to thinking about how so many people have impacted me positively, both in powerlifting and life, like Bryce being one of them, whose impact has been tremendous in all areas. Ryan Selk starting out here, to Daniel Tenero, Joe Jordan back in Florida, Trevor Jaffe back in Florida, Dave Tate for everything he's done for me over the years. Like, my grandfather, now that it's topical, but like thinking about that is like, there's no way that I can ever directly pay them back for what they have done for me and what they've helped me with and what they've helped me to learn. And the only way that I can pay them back is to pay it forward, and is to pass on, and is to set a good example, and is to be a positive influence on those around me, both in the gym and in this world. And that is another like huge motivating factor of why I am doing this and sharing the process and trying to show you guys what it is like to push hard in a lot of areas and still try to have a good time doing it. So that's what I got for today. Sorry that got a little bit heavy again, but thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate the hell out of you. Remember, spam the comments that Darrell needs to learn how to squat in a monolift. Peace out. Have a good rest of your day.